Hi guys, Video Game Viewer here with a review of Just Cause 2. It's an action-style sandbox game, and it's set on the fictional tropical island of Panau, which is in Southeast Asia. And the main character of the game returns from the first game, Rico Rodriguez, and the reason why he's on this island is he's trying to stop the evil dictator Pandak Panau, who killed his father so he could take office, and also hunt down Rico's former boss, Tom Sheldon, who has gone rogue. Gameplay in this game is very similar from the first game. Your grappling hook makes a return, and you can use it for all kinds of craziness, such as attaching it to helicopters and then to a statue to use it as a wrecking ball, attach it to people and then to the back of a car and watch them get drugged down the street in a bloody, gory mess. It's all a ton of fun. Unfortunately, that fun is going to take center stage, and the storyline is going to take a back seat. Storyline in this game is very, very lacking, and after about 15 minutes, once you get through the introductory missions and you hit the free roaming segments, you're not going to care about the storyline too much. The missions in this game are very bland, and in fact, I hate to say this, but they even use the same cinema scenes more than once, just with different characters in them. I literally mean that. I saw the same cinema scene twice so far, with just different dialogue and different characters laid over it, but it looked like it was literally in the same location and shot at the same camera angles, and even a few of the lines that the characters used were the same, just with different people saying them. Speaking of that, the voice acting in this game is terrible. I literally heard one lady say comrades. I think she was trying to say comrades, but she said comrades. I don't know what a comrade is. I don't know, maybe where you raid a place and jizz on them or something. I don't know. But the voice acting is atrocious in this game. That's not to say that there's not fun to be had in this game, because there is. It's just more in the form of exploring the island, which is massive, by the way. I think they said it's like 400 miles or something. Not actually, but you know, it's a pretty big in-game location. And I actually took a jet and flew from one end of the island to the other, and it took me about 10 minutes from the air to hit the other end of the island. So I don't even want to see what it's like driving from one end of the island to the other. But I have drove 2 locations in the game, and it took me forever. That's one of the downfalls of this game, is it takes you so long to go from one location to the next. Luckily, the game has a waypoints system where you can set a waypoint, and it's actually really clever how they do it. They have an arrow in the road, and as you're driving, the arrow just stays in front of you. It's literally on the road, and it'll tell you turn up this exit or make a left here. You have to see it to know what I mean, but it is very unique. I don't think I've ever seen it done quite that way in a game, and it really helps you get around the island. But some of the drawbacks to this game, when you're doing missions, the gunplay is also very terrible in this game. More bullets are going to go past your enemies and into the ground or into the air than into the enemies. And that's really sad, because ammo is really scarce in this game. I mean, really scarce. You're going to find sections of the game where you go to pull the trigger on your gun and you're out of ammo, and you just started the mission and you can't even find any. You can pick up enemies' guns, but as soon as that runs out, it seems like every other enemy is using a different weapon type, so you have to keep picking up weapons. And it's very frustrating. Luckily, your grappling hook can also act as a bullwhip, sort of, and it's your main means of meleeing. So that really helps, and it's almost an instant kill if you can land a hit on somebody, other than the harder enemies, obviously. But most of the vehicles are fun in this. The motorcycles are all really fun. Some of the cars are kind of bland, and the trucks are kind of bland. But the helicopters are all exciting to fly. The jets are fun. And there's a ton of places to explore in this game. I mean, tons. And it is fun to explore. So if you're into the Grand Theft Auto games or any kind of sandbox game really, and you like to explore, you're going to have fun with this game exploring. Just don't expect a really good storyline, because it's not here. Another gripe I had is the sound in this game. When you're driving around, there's no music to speak of other than the generic action music when you're fighting enemies in the background. But that's just background music. There's no radio stations in the cars. There's no other kind of music to be heard in this game. And it really makes driving from point A to point B pretty boring. And even exploring, if you're exploring by car, pretty boring. So don't expect to be cruising to any tunes in this game. Another thing that I noticed is sometimes the dialogue will skip. What I mean is they'll just keep repeating what they were saying over and over again. One guy that I had to protect was going to a computer console, and he meant to say, I'm going to hack this computer console, but he said, I'm going to hack this computer console. So it really breaks the game up. And as I mentioned before, the voice acting in the game isn't that good to begin with. So there are some broken segments of this game, and it's not going to be winning any awards. But the grappling hook is tons of fun, and you can get really creative with how you tackle missions in this game using your grappling hook and using the various items in the environment, such as propane tanks. You can strap people to propane tanks and shoot them to blow them up. But the mission structure is very generic as well. You're going to see the same missions over and over again. Go here, assault this base, protect this guy while he hacks the computer, move on to the next mission, do the same thing, drive to point A to point B. They're all very generic. It's nothing you haven't seen before. So really, this game is only for people if you're going to want to explore the island and just really explore and blow up and have some fun with chaos. Luckily, the game encourages chaos, and that's actually how you unlock new missions, by destroying as much shit as possible. And it is fun to blow stuff up. So there is fun to be had in this game, you just really gotta dig. I'm giving this game a 7.5 out of 10. This has been the Video Game Viewer. Thanks for watching.